There are moments in life that strip us of all pretense, moments where we're vulnerable, raw, and unguarded. For many men, intimacy with a woman isn't just about physical pleasure. It's a mirror reflecting where you stand as a man, how safe she feels with you, and what she truly allows herself to give. Because here's the truth: women don't open up deeply to every man. They don't surrender their emotions, their bodies, or their secrets unless they trust you, unless they feel safe in your presence, unless in that moment she feels like you see her, not just her body, but her soul. And young men, if you've ever been confused by the signals women send, if you've ever been left wondering what her actions mean, then listen closely. Because a woman's deepest expressions during intimacy are not accidents. They are signs. Signs of where she stands with you, signs of whether she's giving herself fully or simply going through the motions. Tonight, I'm going to break down what it really means when a woman gives you her most unguarded self, and what you, as a man, must learn from it. Every man needs to understand this: a woman's vulnerability is not cheap. She doesn't hand it out freely, and she certainly doesn't give it to every man she lies next to. Too many men think intimacy is about the act itself, about performance, about ego, about proving themselves. But that's not what truly matters. What matters is what happens when a woman feels safe enough to let go of all her guards. Vulnerability is a test, and it's a test you don't even know you're taking. The way she breathes, the way her body responds, the way she stops pretending, these are signals that she trusts you. And trust, young men, is not built by smooth lines, flashy cars, or fake confidence. Trust is built by your energy, your consistency, your authenticity. When a woman is vulnerable with you, it's not because you conquered her. It's because you created a space where she didn't have to perform. You see, women live in a world where they're constantly judged on how they look, how they act, even how they feel. Most men unknowingly add to that pressure by demanding, by expecting, by taking. But the rare man, the high-value man, flips the script. He doesn't demand her vulnerability. He inspires it. And here's where most young men fail: they confuse access with acceptance. Just because a woman sleeps with you doesn't mean she trusts you. Just because she gives you her body doesn't mean she's given you her soul. Vulnerability goes deeper than that. It's in the way she stops hiding her insecurities. It's in the way she allows her emotions to flow without shame. It's in the way her body responds naturally without force or resistance. Ask yourself, does she really feel safe with me? Does she see me as a man who can handle not just her beauty, but her brokenness? That is the true measure of masculinity. Not how many women you attract, but how many feel safe enough to be real around you. Because when a woman gives you her vulnerability, she is giving you the highest form of trust. And if you mishandle it, you don't just lose her, you lose the chance to experience a connection most men will never know. One of the biggest mistakes men make is believing that a woman's body can be separated from her heart. They think intimacy is only physical, like it's some performance or exchange. But here's the truth: a woman's body never lies. Her emotions and her physical responses are deeply connected. You can't fake that. You can't buy that. You can't force that. If a woman is emotionally disconnected, her body will show it. She may go through the motions, but there will be no depth. She might smile, but her eyes will tell you she's not fully present. She may be there in the flesh, but her spirit is guarded. And here's the painful part: too many men don't notice the difference. They confuse compliance with connection. They confuse activity with intimacy. On the other hand, when a woman feels seen, valued, and emotionally safe, her body responds in ways that words cannot describe. Her laughter flows naturally. Her eyes soften. Her touch becomes unguarded. And yes, even in moments of intimacy, her body reacts in ways that reveal her openness. These are not random. These are signs of emotional alignment. So, young men, you need to stop looking for validation in the wrong places. Don't measure yourself by how many women you can attract. Don't measure yourself by performance. Measure yourself by how deeply you connect. Because when a woman's heart is engaged, her body will follow. When she feels emotionally secure, her physical signals will confirm it without her needing to say a word. Think about it this way: if she trusts you, she leans closer. If she admires you, she listens differently. If she respects you, she allows herself to relax in your presence. None of these things can be faked. This is why emotional intelligence is not optional for a man. It's everything. You can be tall, handsome, successful, but if you can't read her signals, you'll never know if you truly have her. A woman's body reflects her truth. And when her truth aligns with you, that's when you've built something more than just attraction. You've built connection. And connection, young men, is what separates boys who chase pleasure from men who inspire loyalty. Let's be honest, young men's, you've been taught to chase intimacy like it's the prize, the ultimate goal, the proof of your manhood. But here's the raw truth nobody tells you. Intimacy without respect is empty. It feels good for a moment, but it leaves you hollow the next morning. And for her, it leaves her guarded, detached, and unwilling to give you more. Respect is the foundation that transforms intimacy from a transaction into a connection. Without it, you're just using each other. With it, you're building something lasting. Too many men confuse desire with value. They think if a woman says yes to being physical, that's enough. But if she doesn't respect you, if she doesn't admire the man you are, then every moment with her will feel shallow. Women are not blind. They see your habits. They see your mindset. They see how you treat yourself and how you treat others. And here's the catch. If she doesn't respect you outside the bedroom, she'll never give herself fully inside of it. Respect is the fuel that ignites deeper intimacy. Without it, you'll always feel like something is missing. You can't demand respect. You earn it. You earn it by having discipline, by knowing who you are and where you're going, by standing on your values, even when it's inconvenient. When a woman sees a man who respects himself, she automatically mirrors that respect back to him. Now ask yourself, are you the kind of man she looks up to, or the kind she settles for in the moment? If you're just chasing pleasure, you'll attract shallow connections. But if you stand for something greater, you'll attract respect. And with respect comes loyalty, devotion, and deeper intimacy. Understand this. Physical closeness without emotional respect is like eating empty calories. It fills you for a moment, but it doesn't nourish your soul. Respect, on the other hand, turns intimacy into something powerful, something transformative. So stop chasing bodies and start earning respect. Because when a woman respects you, intimacy becomes more than pleasure. It becomes a bond, a trust, a gift. And that, young men, is worth far more than a fleeting moment of emptiness. Listen carefully, because this is the truth most men don't want to face. Not every man gets to see a woman's deepest self. She may laugh with you. She may even spend time with you. And yes, she may even be intimate with you. But that doesn't mean you've unlocked her. Every woman has a side of her that is sacred, a side that is reserved for the man she truly trusts. And here's the uncomfortable reality. Most men never get there. Why? Because most men don't create the environment where she feels safe enough to let that part of her come out. Think about it. A woman may smile at your jokes, but that doesn't mean she's emotionally free with you. She may touch you, but that doesn't mean she's surrendered her heart. She may share her body, but that doesn't mean she's revealed her soul, that deeper version of her. The raw, vulnerable, unfiltered version is only unlocked by a man who proves he can handle it. And what does that mean? It means consistency. It means being steady when life shakes. It means showing her that you won't judge her when she's weak, that you won't abandon her when she's afraid, that you won't belittle her when she reveals her scars. The truth is, every woman is layered. What most men experience is the surface, the performance, the mask, the side she shows to protect herself. But the man who earns her trust, who shows her respect, who carries himself with emotional strength, that man gets access to what most men will never even know exists. And here's why this matters to you, young men. If you think intimacy is about getting lucky, you've already lost. Because what separates boys from men is not how many women they've touched. It's whether they've ever inspired a woman to reveal the part of her she hides from the world. Not every man unlocks this side of her. And that's the point. You're not supposed to. It's rare. It's sacred. But if you become the kind of man who can, then you'll experience a depth of connection most men will only dream about. And that, not the surface, not the mask, is where real love, respect, and devotion live. Young men, hear me clearly. The energy you carry into a room, into a conversation, into an intimate moment, it matters more than you realize. A woman doesn't just respond to your words or your actions, she responds to your energy. Your calm, your confidence, your focus, your presence, or the lack of it. Have you ever noticed how some men don't have to say much, yet women naturally lean into them? It's not magic, it's energy. And here's the truth: women are mirrors. They reflect back to you what you project. If you walk in with insecurity, with fear, with neediness, her guard goes up. If you approach with calm, with certainty, with grounded strength, she softens. Most men think attraction is about looks or money alone, but energy is the invisible force that shapes how she feels in your presence. If your spirit is chaotic, she feels unsettled. If your spirit is steady, she feels safe. That safety is what allows her to open up, to laugh freely, to be vulnerable, to show you her true self. This is why controlling your energy as a man is so important. Your tone of voice, your body language, even your silence, they all communicate who you are. Do you radiate desperation or self-assurance? Do you come across as impatient or patient, restless or centered? She feels it instantly. Here's the secret. Women are emotional creatures, and emotions are contagious. If you can master your own emotions, you can influence hers. But if you're ruled by your impulses, she will never feel safe enough to let her guard down. Your energy shapes her response. If you bring chaos, she resists. If you bring calm, she relaxes. If you bring strength, she respects you. And when she respects you, she will give you a level of openness most men never experience. So, young men, stop focusing only on what you can take from her. Start asking yourself, what energy am I giving her? Because the truth is, her body, her emotions, her trust, all of it will always respond to the energy you bring into her life. Young men, let me tell you something many of you overlook when a woman opens up to you. Not just her body, but her heart, her trust, her soul. It is not something you are entitled to. It is a gift, a rare and sacred gift, and how you treat that gift will determine the kind of man you truly are. Too many men take intimacy for granted. They think because a woman said yes once, she will always say yes. They think because she gave her time, her emotions, or her body, that it somehow means she owes them more. That mindset is why so many relationships crumble. Because the truth is, nothing